retrospective on the Arrow TV show, part number 2, The Downfall. I am Multi-Topic Talk. If you have missed part 1 or my season reviews, links in the description below. I hope guys will enjoy my retrospective. We will cover what happens in season 3 and 4, and we will try to understand the audience perspective, why it went into a downfall. Because there are numbers and there are people speaking out there. On Rotten Tomato, we are not speaking about the critics. They are sold, we know it. We will speak about the audience, the people that sign up to the website and went out there to leave some comments on the seasons. We will also take a look to viewership. I know viewership is not everything, but hey, these numbers, they tell you who was excited enough and who could watch live the show. So you have an idea who was willing to watch live the show. And keep in mind, it's not everything. So this means a lot of people like me found other ways than TV to watch the show. Now, I will be honest. If you have seen part 1, you know my feeling towards season 1 and 2. Here, it will be all about season 3 and 4. What went wrong for me, at least. And we will also have a tier list of the episode with season 3 and 4 added to the mix. Now, of course, if I take time for every single episode, this may take very long for me to cover the tier list. So I just decided to speak about some episode, and I just wanted to show you the full tier list the best way I could. Now, with everything being said, I will share my thought on the show before we cover any deeper the topic, being season 3 and 4. Arrow third season is about people dying. It's about grief. It's kinda dark, right? It's in line with what we had in season 1 and 2, broken people, damaged past, sad backstory, you know? However, there's a big however. The writing went downhill. The fight choreography went downhill. The villains are boring. The show took itself too seriously. And it's kinda sad. Season 3 of Arrow is actually the start of the downfall of the TV show. Remember these days where Felicity Smoke was a great character? These days are over now. She is always crying, blaming Oliver and everyone else. Remember when Felicity Smoke was just a recurring guest? Now we get to meet her mother, which is basically an awful character. Now, I may sound really harsh, but I did enjoy a few things in that season. Ray Palmer, great character, very interesting character. It's just very sad he came into play in such a terrible season. Roy Harper, giving everything he could give to the show one last time before he get right off and sent elsewhere because he needed a break, or I should say the actor needed a break. This is season 3 in a nutshell. Season 3 of Arrow undid any character growth Quentin Lance had in season 1 and 2. Oh my. Let's speak about the flashbacks. We are now in Hong Kong. These flashbacks are awful, pointless. They are only there to let you know how Oliver can speak Japanese, I think, or Vietnamese, I'm not quite sure. Now, flashback wise, I do think the Starling episode was kind of cool. The episode where we had Tommy searching for Oliver was also kind of cool. But this is 2 episodes among 23. Oh yeah, and Ra's al Ghul is there. Remember when the League of Assassins had competent fighters? It took both Oliver and Sarah in season 2 to take on one guy. Oliver at that point had like 7 years of training. Sarah had maybe 5 years of training. And now you are telling me one guy is able to take them both and body them? Okay, it's kind of cool. I like it. But then season 3, they are just cannon fodder, as we call them. Laurel is able to take several of them because apparently power scaling makes no more sense. The fight choreography is kind of awful, let's be honest. Shaking camera. We don't quite understand what's going on. And yeah, Vertigo is back, but this time around, the villain is kind of lame, and it's just some thug, just some criminal. I feel like the 3rd season of Arrow is wasted potential because we had Ray, and look at what we got. There's a lot of good things in it, like Barry being back. Malcolm is amazing as usual. He is much more interesting than Ra's al Ghul. Slade is back for 1 episode, and that episode is amazing. But that season is a huge step down. It's really sad. Now, this season is about coming back from the dead as well. Or I should say, yeah, in some ways Malcolm is back. Oliver died and came back. And as I said, grief and death. Dark themes, right? People dealing with loss. That's kind of cool. But as I said, the writing is kind of awful. Here again, we got another, city ending event. I think I spoke enough about season 3. If you want to learn more, go in the description below. You will find my overview for the 3rd season. So, here I was, roughly 18, 19, I can't remember. It was 2015 to 2016, so I was 19, yeah. I was a fan of superhero TV shows. My experience was Smallville, Daredevil, because Daredevil came out at that time. And I liked the first 2 seasons of Arrow. And the first time I've seen season 3 and 4, I will be honest, I thought it was fine. I wasn't critical, I was just clapping like a lot of people do. They turn off their brain and they watch stuff. That's what I did back in the day. I didn't have a YouTube channel back in the day. So, turn off your brain and enjoy. So, season 3, at that time, I was like, I enjoyed it at that time. But I could tell there was a drop in quality. It wasn't as good. And I was like, Ra's al Ghul is kind of weak. Because I had Deathstroke in mind. I was like, Deathstroke was amazing. But Ra's al Ghul is just there to be there. And the league is kinda joke now. That's what I thought back in the day. And I remember, because I remember, season 4, I was like, there's too much drama. Why they are doing this? Too much drama. Even if I turned my brain off, I wasn't really enjoying it. I was watching because I liked Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, Stephen Amell in the role is perfect. And I wanted to see more, but it bothered me so much, all the drama. And I was like, why Donna Smoke is always around? Why Felicity is more annoying than what she was in the first 2 seasons? I had so many questions. So at that point, I was like, why? Why am I watching? I felt like there was a downfall. And then I was watching other YouTuber, Eric's Reloaded, Pagey, Emergency Awesome. At that time, I was on board with his content. And I was like, these people are just like me. They don't really enjoy the show anymore. I cannot blame them. So, with my experience on the show, let's cover deeper season 3 and 4. What went wrong? Here we are with our worst season. Oh my, what did I just watch? Our 4th season is awful. I understand why nobody likes it except a few. I know there's a minority out there that actually find ways to enjoy this drama-packed season. I will be honest. Everything I didn't like in season 1 is on steroid with season 4. The drama, Donna Smoke, the worst character ever. And guess what? Donna Smoke get a role and some lines in half of the season. I am not joking. When we will cover the tier list for season 3 and 4, you will see I got all the Donna episode noted out there. This is godly awful. This season should be called Felicity and Friends. And that's funny. I'm not the one that came up with that name, but it makes sense. Fight choreography was awful. Remember when it used to be good in season 1 and 2? Season 3 had some good fight scene here and there with the sword and stuff, but overall I think season 3 was a step down. The fight choreography was much weaker than the first 2 seasons, but it was still there. Now in season 4 we have people spinning around like Beyblades, or I don't know. For real, I really don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. That season is a mistake. They clearly gave the showrunner, or I should say, they made the wrong person showrunner at that point. The focus was on drama. Remember when Felicity was only a recurring guest that appeared in some episode to level up the field, to make the show more interesting? These days are over. Hell yeah. What we get right now is the Felicity crying, whining each week, screaming at Oliver and being hypocrite, because this is what she is. She lies as well. Who did the Watchtower job as Oliver retired from the vigilante life? Felicity did that. Felicity is a liar as well, and yet the entire drama between Oliver and Felicity is because Oliver lied. What did you expect? He is like that. Oliver was always like that in the past. So this season is bleeding. It has so many issues. it turned a grounded show into a magic show with Power Ranger like characters. The villain are kind of shit. It's funny and it's crazy because Damien Dark is actually interesting as a villain. However, he breaks the tone, and not just that, he is too powerful for Oliver and his crew. And I feel like he was much better in Legends of Tomorrow. Shocking, right? I don't really like later season of Legends of Tomorrow, but I do think Damien Dark was amazing in Legends of Tomorrow. Now, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. As I said, too many issues. Now, let's speak about basically the team, if we can call it that way. Changing. People do change. There's also the team of Rebirth. So, the Arrow died at the end of season 3. And now, Green Arrow took the mantle and replaced the Arrow. People change because Felicity actually became paralyzed, but then she came back and she was able to walk again. Okay, whatever. People change because now Oliver tries his best to not kill, but hey, he still kills Damien Dark at the end, and I'm fine with it. I mean, if no cell, no gel can hold the guy, what can you do? Kill the guy, man. You're the vigilante. And that's funny because Oliver also changed a lot. His crusade was never really about revenge. It was about fixing what his father did. And in season 4, it's actually about revenge because he lost Laurel. So he wanted payback. He wanted to murder Damien Dark, and more than that, it was also revenge because he was out there for blood after Felicity was sent at the hospital in episode 10. Now, I feel like this season has a lot of really good ideas, and I just wish a competent showrunner would be in charge. I just wished the same people that made season 1 and 2 made season 4. It's obvious to me the showrunner changed. It's not the same writers that made season 4 and 1 and 2 because it's night and day. We used to have, like in season 1, a bit of drama here and there, but it's just a bit of drama. Season 3 doubled up the drama. There was much more drama than like season 1 and 2. At some extent, it was fine, even if I didn't like Laurel becoming Black Canary. That was fine. That was watchable. Look, season 3 is watchable. I skipped 2 episodes, and I had the strength to watch a Donna Smoke episode because in that same episode, Roy Harper was arrested for being the Arrow, or we should say for replacing Oliver under the hood. Now, speaking about the flashbacks, I do think the flashbacks here again had a lot of good ideas, and they were clearly much better than what we had in season 3, but it's still trash because we had season 1 that was great, flashback wise as well, and present day. And we had season 2 that was another season with really strong flashbacks. And then we get this. Now, season 4 flashbacks were fine. And they were there to set up season 5. And they were there to work more on the magic aspect of the story. Now, I must say it. I'm happy Sarah is back. Hell yeah. She should never have died at the first place. And I am happy Constantine made an appearance, making his debut in the Arrowverse. Constantine is amazing. I think Matt Ryan nailed the role. He was the perfect fit for the role. And he is, hands down, the best depiction we could dream of for Constantine. I'm very sad about what they did with him in Legends of Tomorrow. Now, I think I did speak enough here. We will go over the tier list for season 3 and 4 because why not? I mean, why not? Here we are with season 3 Rotten Tomato audience score is 69. So we will also read the comment I left many months ago, if it's still there, of course. This season of Arrow is when you can tell that the show was starting to fall. This season definitely wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. The villain wasn't very good, and it felt like a repetitive story overall. 6 out of 10. I understand your feeling, mate. Not my cup of tea. The first half was decent, but it was clear the showrunner didn't know what they wanted to do with this story, and Arrow betraying everyone was a middle finger to the audience. I actually agree at some extent. I actually agree. Oh, here's my old comment from the time I made my review. The start of the downfall of Arrow take place during this season. As a fan of the Arrowverse, with Arrow being my favorite show in it, I was crushed to see how bad the show became during this season. Season 1 had Malcolm, Dark Archer, as main villain. The guy had charisma, and without seeing it, we had bit of his backstory to make him more interesting. His dynamic with the entire cast was amazing, and the reveal was great. Season 1 may have a few issues here and there. None of said issue ruined the show. Season 2 was, in my own opinion, the perfect follow-up to Season 1, with Slade Wilson Deathstroke as main villain. Here again, he had a lot of charisma and backstory. Season 3 is a joke that tells us it's no more grounded, it's no more about vigilante. Now people can come back from the dead because reason. Now the villain are not criminal. They are meta-human, and they are an army of ninjas. Hell yeah, they're no more threat, right? Season 3 tells us anybody can just pick up a suit and become a vigilante without getting killed the first night they try to go out. Laurel becoming Black Canary was atrocious. Remember in Season 2 when it took both Sarah and Oliver to take out one League of Assassin Ninja? Yeah, now Laurel flips several assassins left and right. No issue. She basically earned like super strength or something. We speak about a Laurel that had a few boxing classes with a former vigilante and a few classes of self-defense. She is a note warrior. Oliver trained for 7 years during the event of Season 2, and Sarah probably had 4 or 5 years of training inside the League. Remember when Quentin first went out of his way to put Oliver in jail, but then became an ally of Team Arrow? Yeah, now because they are out of ideas for him, they make him an enemy again. Here is the issue. The reason is not justice, it's because he's pissed off that Laurel and Oliver both lied to him. Very CW-ish. After watching this season, I'm like, me too, I want to put on a mask and fight crime since it looked easy. Ra's al Ghul, boring villain, can't stand Felicity anymore. Sarah was my favorite character in Season 2. They killed her off on the first episode. Middle finger to us again. Oliver going to get killed by Ra's al Ghul instead of trying to bring his team and shoot him with guns made no sense. Malcolm used to be great. He's still interesting, but he's not enough to save that mess. Hong Kong flashbacks were really bad. 90% of the time. The only things to get from said flashbacks is Messiah and his wife friendship with Oliver. This season is mediocre at best. Some episodes were well done, others were boring. Better than season 4. I wished Oliver truly became Raz to save his city. Season 3 is wasted potential. Fun to watch in the background when doing something else. I know this was very long, but this is very personal. This is the downfall of the TV show, in my own opinion. But hey, stay positive, right? Part 3 of this retrospective is the redemption. Hell yeah, I cannot wait to cover the back half of the series. The back half I like much more than season 3 and 4. I forgot to mention Ray is kind of cool. We don't get enough of him. But here again, that's just me. So let's read that. Everyone normally says that season 4 was the worst season, but in my opinion, that title goes to season 3. It really surprised me how the show suddenly tanked down so quickly. Considering it was so nicely set up and the Flash was done so well in spite of being made by the same crew. Laurel Lens had started to become the most annoying character in the franchise. I agree, man. I agree. We are in the same boat right now. She simply doesn't understand. She isn't strong enough to fight criminal in spite of failing repeatedly. And she trains with Wildcat to become one. She is so cute, and yet she does boxing while wearing black, which Ted had asked whether she will take red or black. And she said, obviously black, like, why? And she doesn't even show her navel or legs. What's the point of a beautiful woman boxing if she doesn't even look hot? I guess, I don't know. I don't care. And of course, Wildcat just dies in a street fight because there was no better way to resolve one of DC's first superhero fate. Finally, we thought this season will pay up because Ra's al Ghul is a big bad here. And always end just one more terrible. Keep in mind, the last scene of season 3, we had Oliver in a car with a smile in his face, driving outside of starting with Felicity. So there was clearly a red flag for like season 4. You're like, okay. A lot of cliches this season, but I enjoyed this season more than I disliked it. Still a bit too much unneeded drama. And some hit and miss episode I thought might be important overall. Seems like they have lost focus part way thought. I think they lost writers, I guess. I don't know. That's a mess. My favorite season so far, oh my, it will just clap. You see something new? Clap, clap. Not as great as the first 2 seasons of Arrow. Thank you. Someone normal. Not as good as the first 2 seasons. Thank you. Someone normal. Cool villain and some pretty good episode, but overall it was just decent. And this is a generous ranking. Oh, another novel, guys. Mine wasn't long enough. This is a season that kind of started the downfall of Arrow. While I can understand the direction they were going for in this season, I think the execution didn't turn out so well. The main villain of the season, while he isn't forgetful, is not as good as Deathstroke or Merlin Malcolm. I think the final battle isn't the best, but I think the League of Assassin part of the season is very good. Oh my eyes are bleeding. I miss League season 2-ish. I think the way they took the part of the season was great. I also think Oliver and Felicity hooking up was something that was needed in season 2. Oliver's identity being released to the public was a good idea, and Rory lying by saying he was the Arrow was a good but stupid idea. I like it. I agree. Also, Malcolm is back in the show, and honestly, this season made Malcolm my favorite character in the show. Overall, this season started the downfall of Arrow, but it's still decent in its own way. I cannot wait to see like other people with season 4. I think we will have a good laugh if people make sense. As I said earlier in this video, if you want the full review of the 4th season, it's already out on my channel. Just search for it, or what you can also do is click in the description below. We have the link. Now, with that being said, let's recap on some rules I did set up in part 1. Only 10 episodes belong in S+, and I tried my best to give at least one episode of each season. Now, of course, because I allow 10 episodes to end up there, some season will actually have 2 episodes up there. Now, S, the regular one, will have 20 episodes in it, and that's not such a big deal because, as you can see, we are done with 4 seasons so far. Half of the show is done, and as you can see, almost half of the spot are filled, which is kind of cool, right? Now, in this part, we add another rule. F tier. If Donna Smoke, I should say, appears, she is considered F tier. Regardless of the content of the episode, it's trash. It's very sad for Public Enemy. I just wished Donna Smoke wasn't there, but she's godly awful. She is a mistake. She should not be part of this TV show. But hey, this is Philistine Friend, right? If I didn't add that rule, I do think this episode would probably be like in C tier-ish. Now, with the rules said, let's speak like kind of fast about it. So, as you can see, season 1 and season 2 are all above B tier, right? B, A plus, S plus. You know why? Because so far these are my favorite season among the first 4 seasons. I think season 1 and 2 are a really strong foundation. It's just really sad we had 3 and 4 just ruining the experience. And when I recommend this show to my friend, I tell them, look, skip season 3 and 4. Watch a recap or something, or if you got any question, ask me. Because later season are really bad. Or I should say season 3 and 4 are really bad. Now, Undead. This is not really S plus material. I will be honest. It's there because of my rule to leave episode from each season in S plus. However, if I would place it elsewhere, I do think it would belong probably in A plus. Now we got Unchained. Unchained was kind of great. Roy is back. It felt like old Arrow, I guess, but with bad fight choreography. But hey, they tried, right? AWOL was cool. The ending of like Argus, Amanda Waller, and stuff. That was cool. I liked it. And now Canary Cry was great. 1159 was great. But then you go into C territory and you're like, they dropped the ball. Season 4 is so weak. And then we get all these awful episodes. And now you may ask, why Broken Heart is there? Well, Cupid is there, and I hate Cupid. She's as bad as Donna Smoke. Now we have a Beacon of Hope, which is another really cringe and bad episode where we have Queen Bee's back. I maybe she's comic book accurate, but she's kind of awful. Now, if you take a look at the list, a lot of episodes from season 3 are like in A plus, in A. A few are in B, but then it drops to C, and it also drops to D. And we have none in E tier because E tier is like almost rock bottom. Yeah. So I think that's my take on the tier list. That's just my opinion. I mean, we all have our taste, and now I part of it right now. Draw back your bow. That's like the first time we see Cupid Stupid, as we call her. Yeah, it's sad. It's just sad what they did with the show. Having very bad episode like that, it's like, yo, why? Genesis could have been better, but it's not. I think we spent enough time. Just before we move on with the video, I need to say that Laurel dying, it's about time, man. She had shit material since season 2 ended. I don't like what they did with her in season 3. Even if they gave her something in season 3, season 4 was empty for Laurel. So it's a good thing she was killed off. Was it emotional? I think the follow-up episode was much more emotional. That's why Canary Cry is higher. And I feel like if it was on another season, both episodes would be much higher. But because season 4 was so hard to watch, it's really hard for me to be like really generous. Anyways, I'm happy Laurel died. Give me Black Siren already, please. Here we enter into viewership territory. Now, disclaimer, I know viewership is not everything. I know a lot of people like myself find other ways to watch than live watching the show. So I know, I just know it. Not everyone can tune in and live watch this. I know it. But it still matters at some extent. You know why? This is a factual number. This is something we can see and we can tell, okay, this many people did watch the season. So this is like a minimum bar. This is like, we cannot have less than that number. So this means much more have seen it. Let's be honest here. Now, I use the numbers of season 2, but only the season premiere and the season finale because I want to point out at the drop. I'm pretty sure the drop is not that bad, but hey, 2.74 million. Usually in a season, the season premiere will be the episode people watch the most. Sometimes it's the season finale, but season premiere and season finale are basically the episode where most people are just watching. Now, let's go take a look to the penultimate episode, or I should say, the season finale. $2.37 million. So the drop was not that big. It was kind of small, and people were entertained. We lost like 0.4, and considering this is a 23 episode season, it's kind of good. And I know for a fact a lot of people liked more season 1. So that kind of drop is natural. It's normal. There's nothing wrong. Now, let's go take a look to season 3 and 4. But because right now it's the Downfall episode, we will go deeper into numbers for season 3 and 4. And instead of only looking at season premiere and season finale, we will also take a look at penultimate, number 2, and stuff. I will explain shortly. What do I see? What do you see? 40% audience score. And I don't understand the critics, how much they are sold. Be ready, my comment is a novel. I never want to see or hear this season again. It is horrible and the plot is the worst thing ever. A dumb 3 out of 10. Arguably even worse than season 3. This is kind of BS belong on Legends of Tomorrow and not Arrow. I agree. So here, this was my comment back in December when I was done rewatching this crap. Do you like soap opera? This is your show. You like a show where all supporting characters have more to do than your main character? This is your show. As a fan of season 1 and 2, watching this season truly earned me. All the things I didn't like from past season were back and said things came back on steroids. Damien Dark as a villain was interesting, but it was too powerful for a more grounded hero like Green Arrow. The season is where relationship became more important than being a superhero. The whole idea of having a mystery that was interesting, but the death itself wasn't properly done. It was disrespectful for the character. Yes, we had foreshadowing, but that doesn't mean the death was well done. Remember when Oliver was able to take down several enemies because he trained and became a weapon? Yeah, forget about that. Fight choreography is shit. The season finale was where Arrow became a parody of itself. They turned Felicity into an annoying, crying character. Pretty much everyone can take down Oliver now for some reason. Dark Oliver final fight was a joke. 2 League of Assassins only punching each other like drunk people leaving the bar was awful to watch. Plot armor saved Oliver so many times. Damien Dark could probably have been able to kill Team Arrow on the first 3 episodes. Flashbacks were better than season 3, I guess. Oh my. Many good ideas were in this season, but none of said ideas were well executed. I do agree. Well, I agree because I made it. I mean, yeah. Count the number of spin, flip, kick the people do on each fight. Most of the episodes are boring. Felicity and Friend's show was hard to watch. Diggle and Oliver friendship was amazing during the first 3 seasons. Yes, Oliver did bad choices, but that's no reason for Diggle to hold a grudge toward Oliver, even if Layla did forgive Oliver for his mistakes. Better than Lot, but among the worst seasons the Arrowverse ever had. I forgot to mention that everyone is now part of Team Arrow. The show became too crowded. Especially when we got like freaking Donna Smoke half of the season. I'm not joking. Go take a look to all synopsis and you will see yourself. Donna Smoke is there half the season. So we get another very juicy comment here. A bit shorter than mine. Seeing season 4 made me ask myself one question. Just whom do they think they are fooling? Oliver Queen come in front of the camera and it says he's not Arrow but Green Arrow, and everyone believes him. Even though his costume is nothing different from what it used to be in the previous season. Oliver and Felicity are spending their time together and they come back because plot want them to be back. This season also made one of the problem very major, which happened in the Arrowverse shows. The character development always happened because someone keeps his secret. I agree. Here's the secret was that Oliver has a son, which was established in season 2, that Moira asked Samantha to tell that she dropped the child. But when Oliver saw his son William, what was his first reaction? That's right. Now he will keep it a secret from Felicity. And the audacity of this man, just a few episodes ago, he was mad at Samantha for keeping this a secret from him. And here we have the Teen Titans villain Damien Dark for the season's big bad. Actually, he's not as much as a big bad guy as he is a bad guy. He gets arrested, comes back, then gets arrested again, then comes back, and then Oliver kills him because he killed Laura. Now Green Arrow has removed his no-kill rule because it was making the plot too hard. I agree. I'm over this now. It was really boring. So, now, I will also speak about the elephant of the room. Season 4 started godly awful. They turned like a chase scene into a joke. And we had freaking Oliver telling Filthy Smoke, you have failed this omelet. I'm like, oh my, is it the 5 years old that made this show? Is it for me anymore? No, it's not. Look at my beard, I'm too old for this crap. Oh, that one is short and sweet. About time he became Green Arrow. I liked Damien Dark, but it seems to drag, but it was always fun when he was on screen. They just didn't seem to do so well with any of the characters. Even the main character. Still, I didn't hate it, and it kept me mostly entertained. That's why you gave it a 5 out of 10. I see. The season focused on Oliver and Felicity love drama and not the Green Arrow himself. I agree. I'm gonna say 2 words, and all you will understand. Felicity's. Oh, I agree with that. Disappointed with this season. This was not Arrow. It was a weird cartoon magic piece of crap. Hell yeah. These people reflect my thoughts as well. Oh, I like that number. So now we are in season 3. We will take a look to season premiere, the second episode, the mid-season finale. Mid-season finale, it's before a big break. And then mid-season premiere, it's after the break. And then penultimate episode, which is basically episode number 22. And the season finale as well. So right now, as you can see, we got higher numbers for the 3rd season. And hear me out. I think I understand why. Season 1 and 2 were praised. A lot of people liked it a lot. And people speak with each other. They learn more from each other. A friend tells you, look at this show, look at this series. So you jump in, you're curious, you want to see. This is what happened. People like season 1, people like season 2. So more people will just come and watch season 3. They are curious, they want to learn more, they're like, I want to see more. Now, we see a drop. It goes to 2.32 million. Now, it's kind of normal, that kind of drop, because we got the season premiere, then we got episode 2. And I know for a fact a lot of people are into binge watch. And when you're in binge watch, sometimes you only watch the season premiere because you're thirsty. And then you wait until the season finish and then you watch everything at once. So that kind of drop is not that bad. They didn't lose a full million. If they lost a full million, now you could worry about it. Now we will take a look to the mid-season finale, which is episode number 9, The Climb. So, I will go down a bit more. 3.06 million. And then Left Behind, 3.06 million again. I will be honest, I'm not a fan of The Climb. It's fine, it's not a bad episode per se, but it's not good either. I really think Oliver was stupid to go out there and get killed up by Raz and then brought back to life. It doesn't make sense, but hey, it's comic books, right? So, that's kind of good numbers. So this means a lot of people did stick around, and more people were hyped. They really wanted to see the fight between Oliver and Raz. And then we got Left Behind coming back from the break. You really want to see what will happen with Oliver, because at the end of the mid-season finale, he is falling off a cliff. It's kind of interesting, right? So, now we will take a look to the pin ultimate. This is your sword. 2.54 million. So this is the pin ultimate. I think the episode was kind of bad overall. And then we got the season finale with a 2.83 million. So they were able to keep in between 3 million and 2.30-ish, which is kind of cool. It's good considering it's the third season. And let's be honest, it was poorly received. You have seen it yourself. A lot of people were not happy with the third season. It was worse with season 4. Don't get me wrong, but season 3 was flawed and people were not really on board. And I cannot blame them. I didn't like it as well. Now, this is funny. I will tell you this. They really tried to sell you the show as being that reboot with season 4 because they knew season 3 they messed up. And they were like, it will be different, it will be good. But let's be honest, it wasn't good. And they did speak about being different too many times. It became a meme. A bit like leveling up in the Flash TV show. Remember that line? Yeah. Now we got, I'm different, I want to do things differently. I changed. Different. Now, it's kind of sad because season 4 had Curtis Holt, and this is kind of good character. I like Curtis. Now, let's cover the numbers. 2.67 million. And then 2.50 million. It's kind of cool, right? Still very high. It's not 3 million, but it's still very high. Considering this show is like into its 4th season on the CW, that's high. Now let's go take a look to the mid-season finale. 2.82 million, and then coming back, we got 2.83 million. And we had Donna Smoke in that trash episode, so yeah. I'm kind of happy. Oh my, when you have like Speedweed and Bed Swartz, you kind of know, like Speedweed, that's kind of drugs, you know? It's wrong. Now, oh my. Okay, now I think it's the first time in this show we did reach a number this low. 1.94 million for the penultimate, and then we had 2.19 million. So you see, at the start of the season, it was near 3 million, and it lost a full million, guys. You can see the show bleeding right now. It's bleeding views. And I will be honest with you. Donna was in episode 23, and I think she was in episode 22 as well. So on my most recent watch, I have seen parts of the episode and then I skipped. I hate Donna Smoke. I have nothing against the actress, but damn, the character. The character. Here are my closing thoughts. After covering comments, after covering viewership, I can tell people didn't like what they did with season 3 and 4. And the majority wasn't on board. There are some people that will still like it and say it's underrated, it's cooler, it's better. Have it your way. Think whatever you want. I respect everyone's opinion. If yours is different than mine, leave it in the comments. I will respond. I will answer. I will probably like it. Maybe I will pin it down if I think it's like the best comment ever. We will see. But here's the thing. When the majority is not on board, what happens? You lose number. You lose faith. You lose viewers. You lose interest. A lot of people dropped out. And I cannot blame anybody. And it's really hard for me to sell this show to my friends. Even if I like it, even if I know 6 out of 8 seasons are good and worth watching. Even if I know it, it's really hard for me to tell my friend, yeah, watch 1, 2, then skip 3 and 4. And I cannot tell them, watch it like from 1 to 8, because they will see it themselves, 3 and 4 are bad. And they will wonder, why did I suggested that to them? So, I think a lot of wasted potential happened. I think the writing went downhill. The fight choreography took a huge hit. It's like Beyblades. It's really sad, and this hurts the show a lot. And this proved right everyone that trashed the CW, because this is CW at its lowest. Trust issue driving plots. What makes Quentin Lance turning on Oliver? Lies. What makes Felicity leaving Oliver? Lies. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you that lazy to write that kind of crap? Because let's be honest, this is lazy. This is lazy. If you really want Quentin to turn his back on Oliver, work your butt off and have it earned. You can craft a good story. I won't speak about that in this video, because that's your job. I will have specific video to craft my own takes on season I didn't like of shows. And yeah, it's frustrating. These people are lazy. They think it's good. It's not. And it harms the show so much, because you had character build up. You had character growth in season 1, 2. And then 3, you undermine everything with Quentin Lance. You're like, out of ideas for Quentin, let's make him villain again. Oh my. Season 4. Let's make Felicity the worst character ever. And let's give more screen time to Donna Smoke. And remember, Malcolm Merlyn was kind of cool in season 1, 2, and 3. Even if I didn't like season 3, let's bring him back, but let's make him like trash again instead of good again. And keep in mind, season 4 is the season of the retcons. Let's be honest, they wanted for us to feel sorry. They wanted to tell us, look, Laurel was always in love with Oliver. And they wanted to insert these flashbacks to let you know they were a thing right after Tommy died. Did they just forgot season 2? Because in season 2, Oliver struggled to just be friend with Laurel because she was like, I feel like I'm cheating or I betray Tommy and stuff. I understood in season 2, but then in season 4 they tried to push that agenda like, yeah, Laurel still loved Oliver. Lazy people. Retcons are kinda trash. Or we also get another retcon. Oh yeah, Andrew never died. Even if I've hired Deadshot, Deadshot never killed Andrew. So tell me, why the F he had Andrew in his chest? He killed like someone else, and then he pretended it was like Andrew? This is crap. Don't retcon this way. This is trash. When you establish something in your best season, don't try to trash it in later season. Because this is what they did. The downfall is over. And now, I will be doing the tease for part 3 of my retrospective, the redemption of the Arrow TV show. And the redemption will cover season 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, next time we will have a huge trip with a lot of season. Because it's really hard. I don't want to only do 2 seasons like a video. I feel like it's not enough. But in this case, it was justified because season 1 and 2 were so strong, and placing 3 side by side with 1 and 2 felt wrong for so many reasons. And if I went that way, I would have did what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. Let's have like 2 small video and 1 big one. I hope guys enjoyed this part number 2 of the retrospective. As I said, next time we get the part 3, the final one. Like, comment, and subscribe. You will be able to access all that crazy content, right? And we have podcasts, the Red Blue podcast. Usually we speak about DC, Marvel, and other comic book TV shows like The Boys, or even animation sometimes, like Invincible was kind of great. It was amazing. So subscribe for that, man. I have the notification on. We also do gaming. We also do like some older games I like. I know a lot of my viewers are into that. That's why. So, yeah. Drop by, man. Drop by. Have a great day.